This was a rigged, disgraceful trial.
All right, I want to pause our weather coverage right now because we're learning more about former President Donald Trump's future after he was found guilty on all 34 counts of falsifying business records.
Former Trump attorney Michael Cohen was a key witness in the trial. He testified that Trump knowingly made payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels in an effort to cover up an alleged affair before the 2016 election.
Now, Trump's lawyers maintained that they were legitimate payments for legal services. He denied the sexual encounter. Professor of law at the University of Houston Law Center, Emily Berman, is joining us this morning to talk more about really a historic case. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So this is a very unique situation, right? It's the first time that a former president has been convicted of a crime, but he's also a presumptive 2024 GOP nominee. So could his name be taken off the ballot because of this verdict?
Not because of the verdict. There is nothing that prevents someone that has been convicted of a crime from running for president or even serving as president. As you say, it's not a situation we've ever faced before, but there's no reason that this should the Republican Party choose to nominate him and should he win the election, he is eligible to serve.
Okay, so this gets really complicated now because if then, I guess, if we're hypothesizing here, if he were to win, could he then pardon himself?
Not for this particular set of crimes. This was a conviction in New York State court, and the president's pardon power only extends to crimes against federal law. So if he were to be convicted in some of the other pending proceedings, which it seems unlikely prior to the election, those he could have pardoned himself for, but not for these New York felony convictions.
Interesting. Of course, we're expecting Trump to appeal the verdict. So what would that entail? What can we expect from that? Yeah,
so the judge has scheduled a sentencing hearing for July 11th, at which point he'll hand down his sentence. And as you say, Trump will certainly appeal the verdict. And at that time, I'm sure he will ask the judge to stay whatever sentence he imposes pending the outcomes of those appeals. And so the case won't be completely finalized and run the course through all of its appeals until probably sometime in 2025. And I would imagine that any sentence that's imposed will also be put on hold until that point.
And what do we expect to learn during the sentencing?
So the judge has complete discretion to determine what his sentence will be, with the caveat that these charges carry a maximum of 4 years prison time. So the judge could sentence the president to some prison time. There's also the possibility of fines, orders to pay restitution, probation, and other sort of non-custodial aspects of the sentence.
Got it. And so even though we've just received this verdict, and that's what we're talking about, we know that there are still 3 other legal cases pending in other states, right? Do we know the status of those?
Yeah, so each of those is delayed for various reasons. There are 2 federal cases, one in Washington, D.C., that we're currently actually awaiting a Supreme Court decision about the extent to which, if at all, a president is immune from criminal prosecution. Then there's another federal case in Florida about Trump's improper retention of classified documents. And finally, another state case in Georgia where a preliminary decision of the judge is on appeal in the Georgia courts, and we're waiting for those outcomes. So each of those is really creeping along at quite a slow pace, and I don't think we'll see those decided prior to the election.
All right. Professor of Law Emily Berman, thank you so much for explaining all of that and making sense of it. We appreciate your time.
Yeah, and of course you can read more about the verdict when you go to our website, click2houston.com.